医療の進歩により劇的に進化したシーザー。彼は仲間たちを解放した。あれから10年、彼らは平和な世界を築いていた。
Family, future. We don't mean any harm. Go, go, go!
絶滅に瀕した人類と心まで進化した猿たち。
Apes do not want war.
I know why you're scared, but we are survivors.
We both have families. You want to protect yours. I want to protect mine.
Caesar, it's your home.
Who was that?
A good man like you. Caesar loves humans more than apes. No!
Are you aware they are going to turn on you?
Caesar's the only one that can stop this.
They're animals!
There must be another way.
I'm sorry, my friend. War has begun.
猿の惑星ライジング。空白の10年。
In other news, the CDC is receiving reports of a possible flu outbreak in San Francisco.
And of the deadly H7N9 virus is now
obviously a cause for concern.
Testing various antivirals, but at this time,
They are now calling this a true pandemic. Another government collapses as clean water
大
becomes
規模な暴動、略奪、暴行。
10 years since the first reported.
we are concerned about the future of humanity.
Attention. Due to the extremity of the simian flu crisis, all regular government functions have been suspended.
新世紀が幕を開ける。
I need to speak to Caesar!
As dawn begins, the feeling is that it's the dawn of a new species, that its intelligent apes have inherited the Earth. The thing that happened between Rise and our film is that Weta has taken a quantum leap forward.
This film is actually, in many ways, more challenging than the first film in terms of its scope, its scale.
We decided to use 3D cameras, and really what we wanted to do was take that technology that Weta has perfected and apply it into exterior sets even more than we did on Rise.
We're working, for the most part, in a less controlled environment. Motion capture works because it can see what the actors are doing, and when you're shooting in a forest full of trees, that makes it really tricky. So we had to specially arrange dozens of cameras every time we changed location just to try to be able to really accurately get the actors' performances in.
They are using motion capture cameras and tracking markers and witness cameras to capture all of the detail of the actors' performances. And then they're tracking that detail into these photorealistic ape models.
The other thing that was a real huge help on this film was the actual active body marker strands. And so you could Velcro that to the performers, and they could roll around, they could fight, they could do all the active stuff that they needed to do as apes.
Then really a lot of it just comes into the software that we've written to help translate that after we've acquired all the information to really just more accurately understand what the actors are doing and to be able to see that.
One of the big things that we have had to introduce into the pipeline that was only barely seen, in the last film was this whole element of wet fur.
We see the apes when they're dry, we see them when they're damp, we see them when they're kind of soaking wet. It's an incredibly complicated system.
And that's the amazing magic of what Weta is doing, is finding the way in which they can take the parts of the actors and the parts of the apes and meld them in such a way that that emotion comes through.
これをミスして新世紀は始まらない。